Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You really just want to find a position that is comfortable for you. You don't want to have to move around during the meditation, kind of causing a distraction. You want to not worry about your body, so you want to find something that works for you. An upright back is preferable, but just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. Even though you may have learned to practice with your eyes closed, I encourage you to practice with your eyes open. But of course, if you have learned and you feel more comfortable to practice with your eyes closed, feel free to do so. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and just leave the screen alone and just drop your eyes lightly down at the floor or the desk or whatever's just below you. We're not choosing a spot to stare at, and we're not analyzing and having really intense staring, but we're also not blurry, buzzy, and zoned out. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze directed downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable seated position. Your eyes are open and down. Just bring your attention here. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. No one to become. We're not gaining any special experience. We're not quieting our mind. We're not de-stressing. We're letting all of those projects go. And remaining here. Let go of the day so far. All your arguments and complaints and accomplishments, just leave them alone. Also, let go of this to-do list you have circulating in your head. You can pick it up later, so don't worry. But for this moment, be free from it. Just notice what you notice. Notice how your body feels right now. Maybe it's a little agitated or neutral. and just allow it to relax all by itself. There's no effort needed here. Just let it feel what it wants to feel. And notice what you see. Not by aiming or naming objects, but just the visual field itself. And allow your eyes to see what they want to. Even if your eyes are closed, there may be some flickering and images and percolating lights. Just allow it. Let your eyes see them. In fact, just allow everything to be. Let your eyes see what they want to see. Let your ears hear what they want to hear. Let your body feel what it wants to feel. Let your mind think what it wants to think. Leave it all alone and rest sincerely here and now. And I'm probably catching you in the middle of a thought right now. You're having a conversation with yourself about the future or about meditation. Thinking. And notice when you're thinking, you no longer are attentive to the moment as it is. So instead of paying attention to these thoughts, instead of following the thought that comes into your head, bring your attention down to the lower belly, below the navel and above the groin. And watch the breath rise and fall from this place. Let your thoughts think what they want to. Remain with the breath in the lower belly. And do this as effortlessly as you can. And I'm probably catching you again. It's just a habit to pay attention to thoughts. But this is no problem. gently return to the breath. Come back. Come back to breathing. And again, I'm probably catching you talking to yourself. But instead of returning to the breath here, inquire this. What are your thoughts talking to exactly? What hears them? And this isn't a question for your thoughts to think about. This isn't an answer that can be found in the usual way. But we find it in the same way we find the breath. What sees breathing? What hears thinking? Turn your attention back. What are you? Leave them alone. What sees thinking? What is the meditator? Look for the looker. Is it something to be found? Or is it completely empty? All right, you can look at the screen. You know those mornings when you wake up, let's say it's a Monday morning. In fact, I had one of these mornings today, where you're lying there in bed and you're just like, man, so much to do. So many things and hurdles and problems I have to solve. The to-do list is long and there's a frustration. And you sit in bed or you lie there in a complete sense of anxiety. And even if the problem isn't solvable today, it's something that's coming in the future, maybe next week, maybe it's a doctor's appointment, maybe it's a dentist appointment, or maybe you're finding out something really important in the next few days. And it just seems to be at the center of everything. This sick feeling of worry. But remember that when you're sitting there or lying down in bed thinking about all the hurdles, all the problems, the reality of the situation is that you're just lying in bed. That's it. Or maybe there's something you're worrying about and you're driving in your car and you're like, man, I just don't know what the doctor's going to say, blah, 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 blah. But you're just driving. You're just watching this video right now. Whenever you're suffering or you're having a problem or you're worried about tomorrow's problems, don't worry. Ask yourself, what am I doing right now? And just stay. So we say this, don't worry about the future, be more present, blah, 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 blah. But being present really is a matter of leaving thinking alone. Because the future exists as thoughts. So what are you doing right now? Stay here. And of course, it's not enough to just hear me say this. It's a practice. You have to learn. You have to learn to leave thinking alone. And you may have little glimpses of like, oh, here I am. Oh. Yeah, but then what about what happens? I don't really know how this is working for me. And I don't think meditation's for me. Boom, 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 and go back. But then you just come back. That's why in our practice, I keep telling you, I'm probably catching you thinking right now because your attention is in the thoughts. And I say, come back here. And that builds this muscle. This muscle, what I call the mindfulness muscle, a return to where you are, to where you've always been. You are here. So be here. And like I said, it's a practice. And I post a video like this every day. So if you want to start this practice and you don't want to learn spiritual stuff, there's so much spiritual saturation going on, join the Attentive Mind. That's what I'm here for. To teach or to share this practice that has saved my life in a completely non-spiritual, non-belief system context. It's not about your soul. It's not about your chakras. It's not about energy. It's about this moment. Also, if you have any questions about what I talk about here, any comments, anything you disagree with, whatever it is, ask me. Just ask in the comments below. Let me help you assist your practice. And your question helps others, so don't be afraid to ask. It's not a question just for you. It's for everyone. Thank you for showing up today. And thank you for showing up for your life. And I'll see you tomorrow.